Hey Soul Fam, welcome back. I'm Megan, an intuitive channel who also likes to go by Meggie. Maybe, I don't know. That's a conversation for next week. But today we're channeling. And we're channeling the energy with my spirit team. There's been a lot happening. We'll go into signs and synchronicities that you've been experiencing, or that you might see that might make this whole entire thing that you just watched come together in one piece. We're also going to talk about the way the water has been. The way that we have been experiencing a massive shift within our head spaces, our minds, our bodies. A lot of us don't even know who we are anymore. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. I've got my green juice today. All right, I made her. She's made with love. Okay, this is what keeps the skin clear. All right, wonderful, wonderful. But we're gonna get into what is happening within our channel here, because I have Archangel Michael in here today, which is, weird, totally odd, okay? I don't know why the heck he's here. I'm sorry, Michael. I don't know what you're doing here. I usually don't channel with this man. Well, this angel, this archangel, okay? I usually don't channel with him, so the fact that he's even here today is a little bit odd, but I know he comes in when we're needing a lot of strength, so I can kind of understand. I work with a lot of different guides, so to speak. So some guides are more on like the scarier side that may scare the average mind. A lot of my guides that have been with me for many years, some are just new, some have just entered, but you gotta fill them out because some of them are there's a stanky attitude on some of them. But I don't got one of those. So I got Eric here. You guys, if you've been on my TikTok channel, Spiritual Path of the Soul, you'll see that Eric I channel through a lot. He's always with me, and he's always bringing the goddamn cards with me. I don't know why he wants me to talk about the cards. I always bring the cards, okay? Maybe not always, but a lot of times he wants me to bring the cards. And I'll do a reading and then I'll just hop on and just speak it out, speak it truth, speak it out, let it go, let it flow. That's my biggest thing, is letting it flow. And if you don't know me, now you're gonna know me. I'm a little bit crazy, I got ADHD, I'm a medium, I'm a psychic, I'm a healer, I'm a channeler, and I don't stop talking. So you might have to be like, hold it, bitch, hold it. Okay, so we're gonna get into who I have here channeling is Eric, Archangel Michael. I keep saying we're gonna get into it. Bitch, you're already into it. Eric, Archangel Michael. We have the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful herself, Miss Misty. She's a queen. She's my favorite. Every time she sees me in the astral, she gives me a little kiss here. She's just the sweetest, kindest, most loving woman ever. We also know that a lot of guides we have lived lives with, many of lives with, but what we're talking about here is a collective energy, and I have my focal point behind you, which is my notes. So you may see me reference back to my notes to make sure I'm staying on topic, because my ADHD brain gets me out of topic. So let's get into it, because I've already wasted 3 minutes of your time. Where else you gotta be? I'm just kidding. Okay, need a little sips. So what I'm gonna have you do with me is take a nice deep breath, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the channel first, because that's gonna open up our floodways to receive what we're talking about after. And we need to integrate this as well. So you're gonna open it up with me. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. One more time with me, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Go ahead and tap your fingers on your lovely thighs, on your heart space, on your head space, top of your head, crown, every area. Just awaken your body, awaken your senses, open yourself up and tell yourself, I'm open to receive this message. I'm open to receive the channeled message that's in front of me. And I want you to say, I take what resonates and I discern what doesn't. Always say that. I take what resonates and I discern what doesn't. Okay, now that we're aware, we're in our bodies, we're centered in the moment, let's open up the channel. I may close my eyes for this because they keep placing me in a closed eye moment. Sometimes you may notice my eyes are open. It really just depends on the day. But today we're stepping into a closed mind, which is where you are at. And they're saying that you need to open yourself up to the possibilities that are within you. I keep seeing a lot of things surrounding your mother wound, and they keep referencing the way that you feel like you're having to reparent who you are right now. And I keep seeing them holding you. Your mom's holding you as a baby, and it's just looking down at you like you already know there's going to be a disconnect, but you don't understand it because you're a child here. And when I see you in this headspace, in this notion, it's like imprinted all of these wounds automatically onto you. You came through that body because when mom had you in her stomach, you weren't there until you came out of her. and you're here being in her body, in her soul, in her mind, and you're taking on the pain that she had, the pain she experienced, the grief that she went through with her own wounds with her parents. Wow, okay, when I'm looking at the state of mind of where you are and what's happening, I keep seeing like there's a circle around you, a circle of fire, like a flame. Like someone just put a flame gun to the fire, okay? And you may notice when I channel, sometimes I repeat words and I trip on words. It's how I work. Just roll with me, listen to me, you got it. There's a flame around you, and that fire is green. It's lighting up green, and it's showing me that you're working strictly from your heart space right now. They're really trying to open up the heart space, You gotta create. You gotta open it up. I see a lot of the lower half of you is really trying to be stuck. It's trying to see through the tiny hole, but it's really supposed to see through the bigger hole, okay? That sounds wrong, but that's what it is. And when I'm looking at your headspace, all I keep seeing is like a gunky clutter of filled rage, anger, frustration, all these emotions that are coming up for you right now with this Capricorn full moon that we just entered into, like today's the 10th, yesterday and today, you're experiencing this massive shift of rage, anger, frustration, these old versions of you that are really showing up. You're getting memories of past people, little imprints that once really bothered you are making you feel like you don't exist, but it's also making you feel heavy feelings and emotions. So what you have to do is you have to move through it. You have to let it just be here. Don't go out and let anything kind of get you out of your mindset today. It's a rest day. Yesterday was a rest day. Tomorrow's a rest day, because when the full moon comes in, especially in Capricorn, the Capricorn and the moon, we don't blend well. I'm a Capricorn, girls, boys, peoples. I'm a Capricorn, okay? I'm telling you right now, when those moons hit and they're in Capricorn, they're going to rebuttal a lot of energy within your field, and you're going to be like, holy hell, somebody help me. My bones, my identity, my emotions, everything's being stripped wide open, because us Capricorns, we push a lot of things down, but we feel very deeply and we just don't talk about it. So when that Capricorn full moon comes in, I want you to look if you have any houses in Capricorn, but also take a look at where you are moving emotionally, because it's important that you take a look at that headspace so you're not drowning out how you feel. That is key here, okay? This isn't just about being a Capricorn and where you have it in your chart, if you even do. This is about you being in a state of mind of where you can open up those old purging wounds and identify who it is that you get to be here. And while I'm standing here, Archangel Michael is coming in, and now I get why he's here, because he's really trying to offer the strength and the guidance and trying to really pull you out of that sleeping slumber. And I keep seeing he's literally picking you up by your coat jacket and pulling you out of your like sloppy, muddy mess. And he's looking at you in the face and he's saying, are you ready to attack this head on? Because you've been sitting in it and with it for so long, you're letting it sit here. You're letting it stay here. These things come up through other people because they're showing you where you want to move that energy. You have to let yourself move it, okay? You have to let yourself feel it. And Eric is coming in, and him and Archangel Michael are actually working together. Odd. They're working together to really show me that they're trying to weave the web of the old things that you once played around with. You're not letting yourself play around with them. You're not playing small. That small, tiny little violin that used to play for yourself, wah, isn't wah anymore, because you can't take it. You're tired of being stuck in that space of mind when nobody focuses on you. It's always about them. And I keep looking at this like stop sign in front of me, and they're telling me to stop and filter your emotions before you start projecting them onto other people. There's a lot of people who are out here, that are sitting here, and you're looking at yourself like these people, and you're like, they're doing this to me, they're hurting me, they're like doing this to me. But I want you to look at your wounds. Why are you letting what they're doing hurt you and affect you? Because you know who you are. This is you over here, and you're filtering all these emotions now. You're not just taking an emotion and I have to tell this person what I feel. I have to tell this person what's going on. You have to stop doing that. You have to take this emotion and you have to sit with it for a few moments. Open that heart space like they're showing us. Yes, open it. They're having you open that heart space and sit center within yourself to sit and make sure that you are processing these emotions. That's what Eric and Michael are showing me. It's like they're putting a weaved web of you processing these emotions. I keep seeing a lot of Gemini energy around too, so you might be experiencing a little bit of the Geminis coming in, Aries as well. Something happening with that, and a Taurus. Gemini, Aries, Taurus. Take this, take what resonates. There's something happening with those three. Whew, I don't know. I just keep seeing like my heart being like, so there's a lot happening in the shadow side of your life with your relationships, but you're seeking validation outside of yourself, which is causing you to be like, oh my God, there's so much happening. But with this Capricorn full moon, it's teaching you to purge that side of you and allow yourself to stop mirroring everything else that's happening, okay? Because right now, how the water and the ocean are mirroring the purge, you can see that the water is rushing out in the tides with a lot of places, and then flooding a lot of people with these awful, tragic deaths and painful moments that these poor people losing their houses and their lives, their families, and you're seeing that and you're like, how can I help? Especially within the world. It's so much happening collectively. It's too much for all of us to handle at once. Way too much for all of us to handle at once. I keep seeing Mercury too, so you could be getting things about Mercury and the way that Mercury is kind of coming in and giving you a hand. There are a lot of things with Mercury and speaking, and I keep seeing the throat chakra being correlated. So you're really opening up this space, which we really don't like to call it the throat chakra all the time. It's the upper cauldron, because a lot of times people think they're just working with one chakra point, and there's many chakra points in our body, but it's a whole cauldron, okay? There's separate cauldrons, and we're working with different spaces at a lot of times, okay? So when I'm seeing you, I keep seeing, I'm laughing, because they keep showing me Puffin Stuff. Do you know who Puffin Stuff is? If you don't, go look him up. Oh my God, I haven't seen him in years. And I keep seeing his face, his like big orangey yellow face, all right? And this is what you think you look like. You don't think that you're good looking. You don't think that you are a great soul. You really fight with yourself every single morning. You're looking in that mirror and you're like, I don't know who the heck I am. That's a big no-no. That's a massive problem. You know who you are deep down, but you have to find that version of you and let it come up. And this past week into the next week, this is where you're really gonna find a new change in your reality, a different headspace, a call for a new perspective. The full moon is moving through your spine, awakening that spine energy, the cord in your spine, and it's smacking you in the face with the old things that are coming to the surface. So what you need to really do is take a look at where you feel like you aren't taking care of yourself. That's what you need to start with here. Where am I not taking care of myself? Oh goodness, I keep seeing baseball, so it's like when you're hitting the home run and you're not getting the goal. Well, that doesn't make sense because I don't play baseball and I know for damn sure it's not a goal. But if you look at the headspace of where the goals come into play here, you're hitting the ball thinking you're gonna get a home run, but you're getting stopped by the first base and then they're tagging you, you're out. Or the person gets a foul. Like, you are being stopped because you're putting limitations on your beliefs. You're being told that you can't do things. You're being told that you are someone that can't crack open when you deserve to be like cracked open into this reality, and your dreams have been extremely intense. And a lot of you are traveling in your dreams and you're not even realizing just how much you're traveling. You're literally exhausting yourself while you're sleeping. Do you know that when you're sleeping, you're essentially cutting off your life force? That sounds a little heavier than it should have came out, but that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're cutting off all reality, okay? And you're going into this dream world, trusting this dream world, not protecting yourself, and then you're astral traveling to different dimensions, and you're actually sometimes getting premonitions and things that are really happening. And there's actual things in your dreams that are happening. For instance, I had something happen 2 nights ago when I literally dreamed of a friend, watching her being proposed to, but it was me cutting out that friend because that friend can't sit with themselves. They're constantly repeating the cycle, and I literally saw as their child had the same thing as them, and it just correlated together. It just made sense in the moment, but it correlated together. I was watching her pass on what she experiences to her children, her child, so to speak. And I watched as this happen, and my brain was watching it in real time, and I said, oh my goodness, like, I can't save her. I can't help her. She has to want to help herself. And when you're constantly in a rut, you're noticing you're in that victim mindset a lot of times too. Why is this happening to me? What's going on? You're tired of holding everything alone. You're tired of just sitting here and seeing these dreams or these realities, or waking up from a really cool dream where you're like, this could be my life. This could be things that are happening. And you're really having a hard time processing that because you're holding on to a lot of this feminine trauma. Feminine, and I say feminine because there's a lot of feminine mindsets, and you have to remember we're a blend of the light and the dark. We're not just feminine, masculine. Like, a lot of us are living in more headspaces, but a lot of people will mention those, and people are like, you're wrong. But it's a lot of our trauma. A lot of these things have just been whitewashed, and it's a lot of just trauma resurfacing with labels. So you have to start looking at where you're looking at the labels in your life. Removing the labels. Don't worry about hitting the home run. Worry about just achieving first base. Second base, not the way you're thinking. First base, second base, third base, home run, okay? Don't focus on always hitting the home run because you're gonna be able to open up to everything that's happening around you without even realizing it, but it's gonna take day at a time, moment at a time. You're getting a lot of visitations from energy you're not understanding, but I want you to keep a dream journal. I want you to do that. Write down your dreams because a lot of messages are coming through those right now for you. So when we're also looking at the way Capricorn rules the bones, and you know, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a thick bitch, okay? I am not by any means thin, and I like it. I was thin. I don't know how I felt about it. I like having these thick curves, baby, and when I tell you, us Capricorns, the legs, those are where we move the most. But you're gonna feel it in your legs, your hips, your lower back, the spine, energetic cord, okay? You're gonna feel like you're holding it up all by yourself. So what you have to do is release this energy that's there. Get down on the ground and stretch it out. Pull it out of your field. Dance around. I've been literally dancing to disco music. The hell? I don't know where the hell that came from, but yeah, I've been dancing to disco music. Your girl's over here like, yeah, ooh, okay, I'm just enjoying it. But what you need to start looking at the way that the old archetypes of your life are falling. So, the martyr, the overgiver, the one that's not receiving, the silent person version of you. You need to watch as it's being replaced as something more older and wiser, but also me telling you this is you watching it leave your body, okay? You're looking at like God or a deity or somebody in your life, a mother, a person you're looking up to as this most amazing thing, when in reality, you are the one that's the most amazing thing. You're not here to be palatable. You gotta remember that. I want you to remember that you are your original frequency. Stop putting yourself outside of your frequency. Stop thinking your spirit guides are gonna come save you. Your spirit guides are you. They're you. They're helping you. These forms of Archangel Michael helping us today, and Hecate working with her, or working with God, they are all parts of you. And you have to start looking at what parts of you are still performing. That's where your channel is going to be here today. Where you're opening yourself up. Who are you trying to make comfortable? Who are you trying to make comfortable? That's like, you're going to make yourself feel comfortable. And everything else is being stripped away. And I'm watching as they're showing you literally dissecting from the old version of yourself and pulling out and emerging this new version of yourself that you don't know, baby. You don't already know that person. But you gotta let yourself unhook yourself from outdated beliefs, contracts. You're not ghosting people, okay? You may feel like you're watching your life from the outside, but you're not. You have to start looking inside of yourself. I keep seeing the Ace of Cups. Don't know what the heck's going on there, but the Ace of Cups I keep seeing with that overflowing abundance, if you start moving in the state of mind where you are kind of taking yourself to step back and recalibrating your field, you are allowing that Ace of Cups to come in and overflow. Now I'm like, let me pull her. Where is she? My cards are up above my head. But in the same sense of that, we are letting go of the versions of you that have been surviving here for a long time. Okay, that's what's happening. So I need you to look at the way that you are experiencing these physical symptoms. You might have the aches in your body. You might be having ringing in your ear. You might be experiencing massive headaches and extreme fatigue and tiredness. You're not eating the same foods. You're barely eating, if that. You're probably just drinking some liquids and you're like, okay, I feel fine. You are not maybe the ganja anymore, okay? You might not be chugging the lug anymore. You may just be sitting there and just like feeling like you're in burnout and freeze mode right now. But what's important with that is understanding that there are things happening in your physical body because you're moving the emotional mind. You're feeling Thanks, Luna. Oh my God, Luna's over here she's taking a snooze over here. My little angel dog. If you haven't met Luna, she's the best, okay? I'm talking about you. Sorry, I'm distracted. But you have to look at where you were letting go of versions of you that were surviving. So when you start letting go of that version of you and you start creating this new narrative, okay, what happens? The old you dies. She stays stored in your body, he stays stored in your body, they stay stored in your body, and then the old you dies. And you're still trying to live like the old you. So it's narrating in your body as physical symptoms with the trauma and the anxiety and things that you've gone through. You're moving that. So that's why I say dance. Shake it out. Do systematic practices where you're moving that body and you're getting it going. Shake and bake, let her rip, let her rip. Like, you gotta let yourself move. The animals have been insane lately, okay? Insane. I went on the trail the other day, and I don't go on the trail. Your girl likes a nice little snack on the couch with some Netflix, okay? But I went on the trail the other day, and I like nature, all right. But I went out. I had a freaking baby bunny sit in front of me. I had a blue heron in my trail, and that's where I'm leading this to. The blue heron, okay? The blue heron is massive when it comes to this transformative mindset in your life. And it stood in the trail in front of me, and I said, oh, I know this is a message for the collective and myself, because a lot of times messages are for me. Duh, I'm living my reality. This blue heron stood in front of me. It scared the bejesus out of me. It was in the middle of my trail. I couldn't get by unless I went through that trail. And it walked slowly out of the way, but it was like peculiarly walking, where it was like, okay, I'm gonna go back into the water. I'm gonna go back into the water. And that water, think of the water as a conduit for energy. So it was like this blue heron was saying, you're the one that's being stuck in your path. But you have to transform this energy like we've been talking about to let yourself flow. And then the turtles come in. Meh, turtle. When the turtles are coming in, there's going to be a shift within the mind, but you're going to feel it in the lower half. They work a lot with the lower half of your body, the somatic movement. So see how these all tie in with the transformation and the movement of your mind. Turtles are very ancient and old, and a lot of times when they come in hot, they come in the sense where they don't know what they're doing too. Turtles crack me up because every time I see a turtle, it's like they're telling me that my body can't support this version of me and that I am the one that's governing the entire practice. But when you look at I've seen like 3 or 4 turtles this week. When you look at the way the turtles come up to you, they're not scared of you the way they once were. The cardinals swooping in front of you, the butterflies, the spiders are like lunging at you. I had a little furry friend in my backyard that was following me around and said it liked my energy. I was like, okay, cool, I like your energy too, but don't crawl all over me. I don't want you here. So when you start looking at the state of mind of how all of these things are happening together, they're all one, they're all becoming one. These animals, anytime I see a group of animals and how they act and behave, they all correlate together. So you got herons, you got turtles, you got the squirrels that are coming right up to you, you got the baby bunnies, and you have the wonderful, wonderful spider friends, okay? Cardinals definitely in there too, but all animals are acting funny. My dogs are lazy as shit right now. They never are. They want to do snowflakes. So that's W-A-L-K. I can't say it because she's in the room. But they want to do snowflakes all the time. And it's just like they don't want to do anything. They want to lie down, lounge, and do nothing. And they're attached to my hip. Animals feel the energy when it starts to shift as well. And you've been noticing it probably with your fur babies if you have any, or the animals around you. Just get grounded with them. Sit with them. Experience them. And remember, we're not just here alone doing this. This is a massive rebirth. And if you ever feel like you're alone and you need some space, I have something called Awoken Souls Collective. And it's literally a safe space where we meet once a month and we get together and we have a full-blown, like, this is what I'm experiencing, that's what you're experiencing. Everybody gets to talk, because doing TikTok lives doesn't really work for me as much anymore because I'm not able to see you face to face, and I want to talk to you. I want to help you through things. But remember, what we're learning here and what we're taking away is you're not the overgiver anymore. You're moving out of that. The ocean's energy, the timeline's collapsing because the timelines are built on top of each other, and now they're collapsing, and we're like, what do we do next? Everyone's, Meg, help me, Meg, help me. I'm trying to help people constantly, but we have to let go of these versions of you that are in survival. That's the key takeaway that you're gonna get here, okay? Let go of those versions of you that are in survival because they can't come with you. They're not coming with you. I'm sorry, my love, they're not. But when we're here and we're here together, I want you to remember that you're not alone and that you have me and I have you, and we get to do this as a team. We don't have to be alone. So if you ever want to join the meeting, Awoken Souls Collective, I only have it on Facebook and Instagram. I ain't making a whole TikTok for it. I already have 4 that I'm running. That's way too much. When you look at that state of mind, you have a safe space. Try it. Give it a try. Let it go, let it flow. And if you ever want to have a reading with me to help you manage these symptoms, we'll call them, help you understand what's going on in your life, you can book with me at spiritualpathtothesoul.com. I have it linked. I enjoy you guys being here today. This is my first actual very long channeled message. Remember, the oceans are crazy right now. Get connected with the water. Feel how crazy that water is, but we're in the Capricorn full moon energy that's lingering, so making sure you're keeping yourself safe, you're loving yourself, you're giving yourself extra care and time and taking care of your needs, because your needs need to be met before anybody else's. And I look forward to seeing you next week for a channeled message. Next week? Oh, are you kidding? Yes. We may do one. We may skip though. I have my niece coming, so we may skip a week, but I want you to take this message and integrate it for the week. So next week, going into like the last week of July, babies, I'll see you with another channeled message, but keep an eye on my channel for anything else that comes in. Have a blessed day.